Hey, hey, hey. Hey, hey, hey. Hey, hey, hey. What's up?
Okay guys, welcome back to the channel. Today we're going to be going through an Ethereum.org article on what Ethereum is and how it works. Cue the intro.
You're familiar. So if you don't know by now, then you should probably get familiar.
And today we're going to be going through Ethereum. Now Ethereum was launched in 2015 and it builds on Bitcoin's innovation with some big differences. Now they both let you use digital money without payment providers or banks, but Ethereum is programmable. So you can also build and deploy decentralized applications on its network. Now Ethereum being programmable means that you can build apps that use the blockchain to store data or control what you can do in the app. This results in a general purpose blockchain that can be programmed to do anything, as there is no limit to what Ethereum can do. This allows a great innovation to happen on the Ethereum network. Now this article is going to be a little bit promotionally, as this is the official Ethereum article and official Ethereum webpage, okay? So apologies for that, but it does really get down to the bare bones and basics of what Ethereum is. But anyway, whilst Bitcoin is only a payment provider network, Ethereum is more like a marketplace of financial services, games and social networks and other apps that respect your privacy and cannot censor you. Now we're going to go into all of this on Ethereum in later videos, okay? I've got lots planned for this channel. Now you may be asking what Ethereum can do. So Ethereum is banking for everyone. So not everyone has access to financial services, especially in emerging and non-developed countries. But all you need to access from Ethereum is its lending, borrowing and saving products and an internet connection. An internet connection is all you need to be able to access Ethereum. Now Ethereum is also a more private internet, as you do not need to provide your personal details to use an Ethereum app, as Ethereum is building an economy based on value, not surveillance. Now it's a peer-to-peer network. I touched on this briefly in the Bitcoin video, but essentially Ethereum allows you to move money or make agreements directly with someone else. You do not need to go through intermediary companies. Now Ethereum is censorship resistant. No government or company has control over Ethereum. There is a foundation called the Ethereum Foundation. It is the people who designed and made Ethereum. They are the key founders. Now there are also people who create apps and decentralized products on the Ethereum blockchain and other parachains that are part of the foundation as well. And then the foundation puts out an improvement protocol, and then everyone who runs a node gets to vote on that improvement protocol to whether they want it to go through or they do not want it to go through. But anyway, this censorship resistant blockchain basically means that the decentralization means it is nearly impossible for anyone to stop you from receiving payments or using services on Ethereum. This is what makes it incredibly attractive to people who are in countries that want to monitor your money all the way through from the beginning to the end. So China, Venezuela, countries that are trying to keep a strict monetary policy and not allow you to invest if you are not in the correct class or not an accredited investor. Now, commerce guarantees. Customers have secure built-in guarantee funds that will only change hands if you provide what was agreed. Likewise, developers can have certainty that the rules will not change on them. Now, all the products are composable. Since all the apps are built on the same blockchain with a shared global state, they build off each other like Legos. This allows for better products and experiences to be built all the time. So this is something that a lot of people don't understand about cryptocurrency development as a whole, is that a lot of the cryptocurrencies, or the good ones anyway, the ones in the top 10 and the top 20, a lot of them are open source, and this basically means that anyone can see the code in those blockchains and what makes up that currency specifically. And then if you liked a part of that cryptocurrency, you could then take that code and then put it into your cryptocurrency as an improvement protocol, and then you could run that, and that could be part of your cryptocurrency as well. For example, Cardano was able to make staking before Ethereum did, and then Ethereum used Cardano's code, or at least parts of it, to help them create staking on Ethereum. But we'll get into Cardano in another video, okay? But yes, it is a shared network in all of cryptocurrency as a whole. Anyone can use any code that is open source. I suppose that makes a little bit of a nice community, I guess. But let's talk about the numbers for Ethereum real quick. There are currently 2,970 projects built on Ethereum. There are 71 million accounts or wallets with an Ethereum value in its balance. That doesn't have to be a whole Ethereum. It can be less, or it can be a decimalized amount less than 1 Ethereum. There are over 50 million smart contracts on Ethereum. We're going to touch on smart contracts later in this video, and we'll go into more detail in another one. There was $11.6 trillion moved through the Ethereum network in 2021. There was $3.5 billion in created earnings on Ethereum in 2021. And then there was 1.021 million of number of transactions, or when this figure was from. So there's 1 million transactions every day on the Ethereum blockchain, essentially. Now, why would you want to use Ethereum? Now, if you've ever sent monies overseas or plan to, you had to worry about the future of your assets due to external forces outside of your control, or you've been fed up by the number of numerous restrictions and fees imposed by the traditional financial institutions on normal everyday transactions, you might be interested in what cryptocurrencies have to offer. So, if you guys have ever sent money abroad, there are a whole bunch of different people that want to take parts of your money along the way, or there are hidden fees that mean that if you sent $100, they'd probably only get 70 if you were lucky. They might not even get that much, they might only get half, or even less than that. I'm not going to talk about which company that is or which companies they are, but it's not hard to know which ones they are if you try and send money abroad. But essentially, if you have any of these problems, cryptocurrency can solve that for you. Now, Ethereum is still being made. It is a work in progress, so it is being improved upon every single day. So Ethereum, as its story, is still being written, and there are many more reasons to use it being uncovered as it evolves and develops over time. Now, cheaper and faster cross-border payments. Stablecoins are a novel type of cryptocurrency that relies on a more stable asset as the basis for its value, as most of them are linked to the United States dollar, therefore they maintain the value of that currency. Now, these allow for very cheap and stable global payment systems, as many current stablecoins are built on the Ethereum network. So multiple cryptocurrency stablecoins are built on the Ethereum network, and they are all pegged to the US dollar as it is a stable currency. Now, Ethereum and the stablecoins simplify the process of sending money overseas, as it often takes only a few minutes to transfer your funds across the globe, as opposed to several business days or weeks that it may take for your average bank, and for a fraction of the price also. Additionally, there is no extra fee for making high-value transactions, and there are zero risks on restrictions on sending your money or who you want to send it to. Now, Ethereum is a cryptocurrency, okay? And it has a native currency, and its native currency is called ETH or ETH, where depending on how you want to say it. But it is purely digital, and you can send money to anyone, anywhere in the world instantly. Now, the supply of Ethereum is not controlled by a government or a company. It is decentralized and completely transparent. New coins, also commonly called tokens, are only issued to stakers who secure the network. We'll go into staking in just a minute. Every action on the Ethereum network requires a certain amount of computational power, and this fee is paid in the form of Ether. This means that you get at least a small amount to use the network. Or you need at least a small amount to use the network, sorry. Now, what can you do with your ETH coins, your Ether? As it turns out, you can do a lot. One of the most prominent uses of Ethereum technology is decentralized finance, or DeFi. That's where the term DeFi and TradFi come from. Now, this opens up entirely new areas of banking to anybody with an internet connection, as you can use your Ether as collateral to take out loans or to provide liquidity to earn interest on your funds. We are going to go into DeFi in a lot more detail in a later video. But DeFi is not just a term for Ethereum, it is a term for the whole cryptocurrency decentralized finance space. But getting back to the article, who runs Ethereum? Ethereum is not controlled by one entity, as it exists solely through a decentralized participation and cooperation community. Ethereum makes use of nodes. We spoke about nodes in the last two cryptocurrency videos. And a node simply is a computer with a copy of the Ethereum blockchain or the blockchain it wants to run on it. And it is run by volunteers to replace individual servers and cloud systems owned by major internet providers. Now, these distributed nodes run by individuals and businesses all over the world provide resiliency to the Ethereum network and infrastructure. Therefore, it is much less vulnerable to hacks and shutdowns. This is important here. Since its launch in 2015, Ethereum has never suffered downtime. There have been multiple coins that have said that they are great, they are really good, however they have had downtime, and then once you have downtime, you're not a true currency, you are rubbish, on the basis that imagine you were at the shops and then they went, no, the US dollar's not working now, you can't buy that loaf of bread. You'd probably punch the man in the face behind the counter. If you're running a currency, it has to work all the time. But Ethereum has never been shut down or suffered downtime since 2015. Now, there are thousands of individual nodes running on the Ethereum network, and this makes Ethereum one of the most decentralized cryptocurrencies out there, only second to Bitcoin. Now, what are smart contracts? I touched on this in an earlier video, but smart contracts are simply computer programs living on the Ethereum blockchain. They only execute when triggered by a transaction from a user or another contract, and they make Ethereum very flexible in what it can do, in distinguishing it from other cryptocurrencies. These programs are what we now call decentralized apps, or dApps. dApps is another very common phrase in the cryptocurrency space, so get used to hearing that one. Now, if you've ever used a product that has changed its terms of service or removed a feature you found useful, once a smart contract is published to Ethereum, it will be online and operational for as long as it exists. Not even the author can take it down. So once the information is out there, it's out there forever. You cannot take it back. Since smart contracts are automated, they do not discriminate against any user and are always ready to use by anyone. Popular examples of smart contracts are lending apps, decentralized trading exchanges, insurance, crowdfunding apps, and basically anything you can think of. We're going to go into dApps more when we talk about DeFi, okay? Now, you know my opinion on this already if you've watched the rest of my videos, but Ethereum is not a tool used for criminal activity. Like any form of money, it will be misused by anyone. It is often easier for authorities to track illicit activity rather than it would be in the traditional financial system, arguably making Ethereum less appealing as a choice for activities that are illegal, as they would be less likely to go undetected, as every single transaction is recorded on the blockchain. Now, crypto is used much less than fiat currencies for criminal purposes, according to the findings of a report by Europol, which I suppose is the European version of Interpol. Here we go. Read the next line. European Union Agency for Law Enforcement Cooperation. Now, the use of cryptocurrencies, this is a quote here, I assume from the paper. The use of cryptocurrencies for illicit activities seems to comprise only a small part of the overall cryptocurrency economy, and it appears to be comparatively smaller the amount of funds used in traditional finance. So as I said in the other cryptocurrency videos, there is traces of cocaine on every single United States dollar bill ever created. Okay. Now, cocaine is obviously illegal in majority of countries, so there you go. Now, I have touched on energy consumption as well. This lovely graph here, I really like this one. It shows a lot about Ethereum and Bitcoin and the cryptocurrency space in general. Now, on September 15th, 2022, Ethereum went through the merge. It's very sinister, but essentially it transitioned Ethereum from proof of work to proof of stake. The merge was Ethereum's biggest upgrade as it reduced the energy consumption required to secure the Ethereum blockchain by 99.95%, and it still created a more secure network for a much smaller carbon cost, as Ethereum is now a low carbon blockchain whilst boosting its security and scalability. Now, we're going to go into proof of work and proof of stake in later videos, but just quickly, proof of work is Bitcoin. So if you want to watch the last video, I talk about proof of work in there. And then proof of stake is essentially you put your money in a pot, and then that pot is used to secure the blockchain. I know that sounds silly and doesn't really make sense right now, but we will get into that into another video. But just going over this graph quickly, you can see that Ethereum proof of stake is right down here in the bottom corner, and it uses 0.0026 terawatt hashes per year. And then Bitcoin proof of work uses 100 terawatt hashes in a year. It's not going to let me, that's not, come on, here we go, 100 terawatt hashes in a year. And then you have gold mining altogether, so if you just pick up all three of these together, 240 plus 200 plus 130, in total that lovely number there is 570. That is 570 terawatt hashes a year for all the gold mining and all the gold data centers. Whereas if you combined Bitcoin and Ethereum, the two largest cryptocurrencies right now, you would only be at 100 terawatt hashes, give or take. Now YouTube, on the other hand, I don't want to hate on YouTube because I really like YouTube, but individually it uses 244 terawatt hashes of energy per year. Now this is the end of this website. I am going to put the link in the description below if you guys want to check this website out. All of these little buttons here, there's loads of stuff up in the article that you can go through. I highly recommend, if this video was informative and you liked it, go and check out this website. It will give you a lot more detail, and if you just read it over a couple more times, you'll definitely make sense of it. I tried to make the easiest way for it to make sense possible, and I hope I did that for you. So if you enjoyed the video, please leave a like and subscribe. I will see you in the next one, okay? Thank you and have a good day, guys.